channel. My name is Stephanie, and if you are new here, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified anytime I post a new video. I went ahead and already started off with my water with lemon and orange, and I just want you guys to know that the reason I drink this every day is because it really helps detoxify your body. And so I always suffered with severe acne, and this has helped me significantly with my acne because it is clearing out all the toxins, and I pretty much don't break out like I normally do. Maybe if I'm already gonna get to the time of the month or something, but I don't typically break out. I still do have my acne scars, but I'm working with some scar removal treatment, so hopefully I can get that cleared up soon as well. If you are interested to find out why my skin all of a sudden looks a lot clearer. Aside from that, I woke up with a lot of energy, and I've been really dying for some structure with the workout. As you can see in the last two videos, my workouts are a little bit everywhere, and I don't have a set structure, and I really want that in the beginning at least, because in the beginning you need to set a structure in your life. You need to have a consistent lifestyle, and then once you are ready, you can actually go to different settings and be able to have willpower and still work out and still eat healthy no matter where you're at or what you're doing, because it's already built inside of you. Until then, you need to have structure and you need to have consistency. So I'm really struggling a lot with the workout portion, so I came across this video from my favorite YouTuber called Whitney Simmons. If you haven't heard from her, I'm gonna go ahead and link her down below, but she makes the absolute best workout. She created this full body workout that I'm dying to try today. She made it within the last week or so, and so I think it's going to be the absolute perfect beginner's workout, at least for the rest of this week, for me to do, so that you guys can try this at home as well. I made sure it was an at-home workout, so I'm so excited for myself to try this. I really think this is going to give me the perfect burn with not pushing myself too far. So excited. Let's go ahead and start on that workout.
Alright, so I'm not going to be telling you every little thing that I do for this workout. I'm going to simply just post her video down below, and if you're interested in the workout, you can go ahead and click on that. I will be showing you my workout just to kind of show you where I'm currently at. I definitely struggled through this a lot. You're going to see that I had a lot of trouble with form, and that's perfectly okay because you just have to start somewhere and then work from there. So I'm working on my form and trying to make sure that I remember to contract my muscles at the same time. And in the beginning, you're just trying to pay attention to everything to get it right, and so it takes a little bit of a struggle. But even here, you can kind of see me taking the steps up and down and having a difficult time being on the right foot and keeping my balance. Okay, the best parts for me are these lower workouts. I feel like I have a lot more control with them. I still, of course, need to work on my form because that's always something that needs to be perfected, but I feel a lot more comfortable doing these. I did get tired midway, so I went ahead and did the modified version, but after I caught my breath, I went back up and went back to the real version of doing it. And so that's normally what I do throughout my workouts. I try to push myself as much as I possibly can. And this workout was really good. Like I said, it was intense, and I was debating about what I was going to do with my workouts, and this only gave me a goal for this week that I'm able to actually complete this whole workout without having to stop or having a difficult time with my balance. Hopefully by the end of the week. It is a little ambitious to think that I'll be able to complete that in 5 days, but I believe I can do it. Here you can see me having the worst time trying to do these pistol squats. These are really difficult, and I kept trying it even on the couch, and nothing would honestly work for me. I just don't have the balance and the core strength right now to complete them, but I'll be working on these as much as possible. And make sure that you try to get low on your lunges. I highly encourage you guys that to take out a camera and record you. This is really a good insight. Sometimes you think you have a good form when you're doing it, especially if you are working out alone, and you find out later on that you actually don't have the best form, and there are things you could do that are better.
That was a workout.
Here I'm just doing a few stretches. You saw me do this in my last video. Nothing crazy, just a few yoga poses that I enjoy. Sure, you always take a few deep breaths just to start your day correctly, get your mind right. Make sure that you always meditate every morning and just take some time for yourself. Here is just my lemon water with a couple slices of oranges, and then of course I had my hot tea. I added turmeric this time, but just everything else is the same. Cayenne pepper, apple cider vinegar, and the ginger and lemon. And then after that I moved on to my green juices. So as promised, I am showing you guys another green juice. So here I have spinach. I put 2 handfuls, and then I chopped up half a cucumber and put that in as well. And then I added some mangoes. These are just some frozen mango chunks. And then I added 2 handfuls of frozen pineapples as well. And then I took half of a lime. Try not to use a whole lime because then it'll be a little bit powerful. Just use half. And I mix these up in segments because if not, the blender will get too full or just won't mix it properly. Once those are done, I'm going to be adding some chia seeds, some wheat germ, and different wheat grasses as well. And then I have some golgi berries. These always stick to the bottom, so it's always hard for me to get those out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and give that one final mix. And this smoothie, I know it's green and it probably doesn't look appealing, but it was actually very sweet, had a lot of pineapple in it, and I love the lime flavor as well. Spinach is not a very powerful flavor, and as well as cucumbers, so that's why these green juices are great, because you can really hide the greens in it and just taste the sweet fruits in them, and it'll just taste like a smoothie, even though it looks like it's not. For lunch, I decided I really wanted some pizza, so I got a vegan pizza dough. I will link one down below just in case you have difficulty finding one. But honestly, these are not too difficult to find, and there's a ton of recipes for them as well. And then I just took some crushed tomato sauce and put some on top. Try to avoid the edges just so that you can build a little crust. I added some seasonings. I realized afterwards that I probably should have added these seasonings after I added my toppings just to give it more flavor, but it's perfectly fine. It's all one and the same regardless. And I just added some salt, pepper, oregano, some onion powder, garlic powder, and then I had a basil plant, so I took a couple of leaves and ripped them up and put them on top. And this is just the black pepper and the rest of the seasonings I added. And then I went ahead and ripped up some spring mix and washed it, and then I'm going to be putting that on top as well. I try to always incorporate greens, especially if I'm trying to lose weight. The fiber is necessary to help digest this food, so that's why I think it's really important. If you don't like all greens, just try to at least find one that you like and try to incorporate it as much as possible. Here I have some mushrooms that I washed and chopped and put on top, and then this is sun-dried tomatoes. And you could just top your pizzas off with whatever you like. This is just the things that I like, that I had at home, that I wanted to top my pizza off with. And then I got some vegan cheese. This was my first time trying this brand. I'll link it down below because it actually came out so good. I had some people over. I love having people over because I just cook them some vegan food and just see if they genuinely like it. And normally the people around me are very honest and genuine and will tell me if they do or don't. And so this pizza was a success. I put it in the oven for 400 degrees and left it in there for 15 minutes, and it came out absolutely delicious. I'm telling you, this really did actually come out like some really good pizza. And I cut a couple of pieces up and divided it into 3. You can technically divide this into 2. I just had to, make sure that I had enough for everybody. I also wanted to add more greens, so I made a little salad with just some cucumber, spring mix, tomatoes, and red onion, and then I put some black pepper, salt, and olive oil on top and gave that a little mix, and then just served this on the side with the pizza, and it was actually so good. Then after that, I moved on to dinner a few hours later. And so these are just the ingredients that I'm using, and of course I will list them down below. And I decided to go ahead and make a stir-fried rice. And here I just have my rice cooking in the rice cooker. Once that is ready, make sure that you refrigerate it. This is a key to fried rice. This will give it that nice crispy fried rice feel. I decided to put some red onion and 3 cloves of garlic into a food processor. You can simply chop this. I just felt really lazy tonight and decided to use this instead. And then I chopped up some veggies. You can use peas or another green. I had broccoli. I love using broccoli. Broccoli is such a good vegetable. It's a negative calorie, so your body actually works harder to burn it than it actually is worth in calories. So if you love broccoli, try to always incorporate that to your meals. But I cut these into really small pieces so that it can match the rice in the size, just so that the pieces all get nice and crispy. I love a really nice and crispy fried rice. Here I have some carrots as well, and I'm just chopping them up into small pieces. Because you're not boiling or baking the carrots, you're going to want to put them into small pieces just so that it actually cooks down with the amount of time that you're actually making the fried rice. And then here I just chopped up some mushrooms. And then I also have some corn that I had left over in a can from the meal before, and so I'm just going to be adding some corn as well. Then you want to heat up some olive oil and grill the red onions and garlic. And you just want to heat them up till they're soft. And then I went ahead and added the rest of my vegetables in. So that's the mushrooms, the carrots, the broccoli, and then I'll be adding the corn in soon. Okay, once that cooks down a little bit, go ahead and add some seasoning. I added some sea salt. I also added some tahini. If you don't have tahini, just feel free to use soy sauce. But if you can get your hands on this, it's actually very delicious if you like Asian infused foods. I really like this. And then I also added some tamarind. You can also use some hoisin sauce or any sort of sweet Asian sauces that you have, just to sweeten up the fried rice a little bit and give it that caramelized kind of color. And then you just want to mix everything up together and let that cook down. Once that cooks down, I'm going to be adding some soy sauce as well. This is low sodium soy sauce. I also prefer to use liquid aminos to try to avoid some of the gluten, but you can use this as well. I decided also to add some extra protein, so I'm just chopping up tofu into small pieces and grilling them in there as well. I noticed that I say as well a lot. And then once that is all done, I will be adding my rice. And so of course, since it is refrigerated, you are going to need to break this down a little bit, but it will help a lot with making that rice nice and crispy. And then also later on, I will be adding some brown sugar and that'll caramelize it. On top of that, you'll have the tamarind sauce. All of this will make a very, very sweet, delicious, yet savory fried rice. So really try I really encourage you to try it. Sorry, I know I say that about all my meals, but I don't normally try to put it out there unless I've tried them myself and I've seen other people try it and then they seem to enjoy it. So if I tell you guys to try it, I really want you to, just so that you can see that vegan food is actually really good, and you just have to, put a little bit more effort to make delicious foods, and it's always worth it at the end. And so I just added a little bit more seasoning. Always make sure that you have enough salt in there. Of course, you're going to be making different portions. This is served for about 4 people. So, if you need more, of course, add more salt. And this was the dinner. It was so delicious. Of course, try it as always. Enjoy.
That wraps it up for day 3. I feel like today was really good. I definitely faced some challenges with the workout, but I'm actually really excited that it didn't go so well, because I feel like for the rest of this week, I could just tackle that on. Because if it went easy, I feel like I would have still been trying to search for another workout. But what I'm going to do is continue to work on this workout every single day, and hopefully by the end of the week, it will be a lot easier for me to go ahead and finish the workout. I have a friend that kind of goes through what most people do in these kind of situations, where she feels very depressed because she's not happy with her body image, and also her energy level was low. And so I've been talking to her, you know, trying to help her get started on this lifestyle, because she told me that she really wanted to take it on, but she just struggled with starting. And so, you know, I tried to give advice, but of course I'm relatively new in this lifestyle as well, so I'm perfectly familiar with that, and I tried to tell you guys what I did to start, but everybody's different and everybody needs something different. So I was thinking, like, what are 3 really simple things that she can at least try to start doing that might help her actually lose weight, and hopefully she could see enough results that will keep her motivated to continue to make different changes. And so the 3 things that I told her to do was, so number 1, do your best to drink a gallon of water a day. Get a 24 pack of water and just always have one on you. And try your best to drink as many as you can a day. It's expensive, but it's just in the beginning. Also have a glass of water before each meal. This really does change a lot when you drink the right amount of water, because I mentioned this in a previous video. This is what's going to keep you from getting hungry at the wrong times, also overeating. So it is really crucial to keep water. So what I did for a long period of time was I always had a bottle of water on me. So if I was leaving out the door, I'd grab a bottle of water. For the people that are going to complain about the waste and plastic and everything, I completely agree with you, and I'm not big on waste. I am not trying to be a zero waste person, not at least in this point of my life, but I understand that we do have a crisis going on with waste. And so, of course, it's not the best way to do it, but it's only for the beginning. And then hopefully after that, you can go ahead and change to another way. But at least in this way, you don't have to take time out to fill up your cup and then say never mind. This way you are always having it on you, so that if it's there, maybe you're more likely to drink it than, of course, if it's not there. Also, drink a glass of water before each meal. And so I actually drink 2 glasses of water before each meal, because this will keep me from eating the whole entire plate. If I don't, then I will be able to eat the whole entire plate with no problem, but if I actually drink water beforehand, that will prevent me from consuming more than what I really need to. So that's a really good advice. You'll see if you actually try it that it will make you full faster. Number 2, only eat between the hours of 12 to 9 p.m. Now, I structured those specific hours for her. What I always recommend is to not eat 2 to 3 hours prior to your time of sleep. So if you have a regular time that you normally go to bed by, try not to eat 2 to 3 hours beforehand so that you can give your body a little bit of time to digest. Also, in the beginning, I always have the green juices. And so that is technically considered fasting. I just have the green juice, and then I won't eat again until about 12. And then the 3rd thing I said is to try to cut your portions and spread them throughout the day. So like, let's say you have a burger at 1 p.m., cut it in half and have the other half when you get hungry again, even if it's in an hour. And just eat half the portion at a time if possible. So what I was saying is that if you have a full plate of meal, cut it in half, and just simply put it to the side, and then even if you get hungry again in an hour, just whenever you get hungry again, go ahead and have it. But at least you're not consuming that whole entire plate into one sitting, and at least you're spreading out your meals more so that it feels like you're having multiple meals out throughout the day, but you're actually just having that one meal just spread out throughout the day. And so she went ahead and tried this, and it seemed to really work for her. She said it was really easy for her and that she didn't really seem that hungry. But aside from that, she said that she had a really successful day. She didn't feel deprived. She felt really comfortable with it, and she was really happy, and she ate rice and yuca and beans and everything, and she seemed to do really well. And like I said, she lost 0.6 pounds. I gave those tips to her. Maybe there are certain things that you can try from that list. I just wanted to share that with you. Maybe it's something that you can try, even if you only take one of those things and just decide, I'm only going to tackle drinking a gallon of water tomorrow. I'm going to eat whatever I want, but I'm going to try to drink a gallon of water tomorrow. That is something that you can do, and that will help you. Trust me when I say that when you consume that much water, it will help you with how much food you consume. Or you can say, I'm only going to eat between 12 and 9. I'm going to eat whatever I want, but that is going to be the time frame that I eat. Try just one thing at a time to see if that helps you. And so that's just something I wanted to share with you. I had a really great day. I hope that you guys are doing well as well with your eating habits, if it is something that you're trying to do. And if you have any questions, always feel free to ask me. Please, again, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified anytime I post a new video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and until tomorrow, bye.